Hey there, Ray from Bridge Marina. We're doing a wet test and review on this SeaRay 230 SPX. It's a pre-owned boat from one of our guests, 2018, but it is really a fully loaded boat. It's really great because the owner put every option on it. It's the original owner. And I'm out here on the swim platform right now, and I'm gonna start here because this is a great spot on this boat. These SPXs have a really nice swim platform on it, and one of the great things this owner put on there was this fold-away swim platform, which is great because when you're getting in and out of the water, I'm not going to do it right now because the water is 59 degrees, but I can literally just step on this and into the water, and it just tucks away and integrates right into the platform. Remote stereo controls here on the swim platform, so as you're hanging out in this seat, sitting in the water, you can play with your stereo here, which is just a nice option. As I enter through this huge walk-through transom, it has nice storage here if I want to throw my dock lines or things like that. I do want everybody to note this does have a built-in battery charger as well in the dual battery system, which is nice. If you have pets or kids or what have you, it does have the optional transom door on it as well. Cool, and let me hop through here. I mentioned dual batteries on it. Has a really well located battery switch, which I really do like on these SPXs. I do have to say, they always put them here on this port wall, which is just great. Some more storage in here as well. Cool. And if you notice in that storage, I have to give SeaRay some props. They finished off the storage nicely by making it all gel-coated fiberglass. They enter in this aft cockpit. There is a lot of space in here. This has the flip-flop on the port seat, which just gives me this huge seating area for everybody. I can kick around the captain's chair. I've got the removable V-lock table in here, and this boat comes with two of them. So I can mount this here in the aft cockpit and or the forward one. The boat has really high gunnels for the boat of its size. Makes you feel comfortable in here. I mean, it's a great place just to hang out and have a couple drinks or eat some lunch. And as you can see, it's just a lot of seating in here. Mind you, underneath all my seats, I have storage. And just take a peek in here. That's all nice and finished off. This particular one is a cooler with a drain in it. We have some more storage over here. And it's nice, it is all finished off. Let's move a little bit further forward on this boat. Again, over here on the co-captain's chair, this flips forward or aft, so it gives me nice space over here at co-captain, where I have my own little space. We'll say it's a little congested. It's one of the things I don't like on the 230s. It's a little congested here. Again, I'm about 5'11", and I get a little tight here, especially with the fire extinguisher. But that just kind of comes to the territory because I do have a full-size head in here, and they had to put it somewhere, which is a nice size head for a boat of this size. This one would fit a porta potty. It is not plumbed for permanent, but it's a decent size space. Again, not necessarily for adults all the time, but if you need it, you got it, which is great. And again, it's fully finished. You got a little TP holder over here. Isn't that nice? One of the things I like about this particular model, which a lot of boats this size have a huge head door on it, which ends up being a little hard on the hinges. This one, they did a proper size head door, so those hinges have a good chance of lasting the life of this boat. Let's head to the bow. As we do go up to the bow, just want you to note this does have a bow enclosure, so that in seasons like this, I can shut that down, close my windscreen, and keep a lot of airflow out of the aft cockpit, so on a day like October or November, I can still use this boat. Cool. So over up the forward cockpit, they've done a nice job up here creating seating for about 3 people. If you notice, the combing wraps around the entire bow, so I can kind of sit in any particular direction and still be pretty comfortable. It's really nice. This does have a filler cushion. It also has the V-lock that fits right in here, but it's a nice bow area, and they pushed all the combing and the seats back a whole bunch to make it almost like a big bowl in here, which is kind of nice. One of the things I don't like so much about this, it doesn't have anchor storage up here on the bow. It is located right here. It is a removable cushion, which is nice, so I can get rid of that, and then I can service my anchor from here. So while I don't like it being in the bow, I do like that cushion's removable, so I can get up here and use my anchor off the bow without pulling it over any of my cushions, really. Except for maybe that little combing right there. Let's go back and check out the engine on this thing as well. This thing is powered by a 4.5 liter, 250 horsepower Mercruiser. And they've done a really good job with this engine compartment. I know a lot of folks don't care about that, but it's something that always catches my eye. It's all finished off. They put storage over here on the starboard side, as well as a removable wall so we can get to the engine in case you had to fix anything. This one also has a fire suppression system built in, which is a nice option. And one of the things I really like about this that I've noticed, they've thought about a couple different things. Here they have ventilation for the engine compartment, and they realized that water would fall in on top of the engine, which we see pretty often, and it starts to damage the components on the engine. But they created this nice little diversion that sends it off to the port side and dumps it, into the engine compartment, but not on the engine. It's a really thoughtful little feature. I got to give them props for doing that. But also finished off underside on this aft sun deck, which just, got to be honest, is nice thinking on their part. Let's head up to the helm before we take it for a test drive. Once again, this boat really has just about all the options on it. Has a SIMRAD display on it, Rockford Fosgate stereo upgrade, including a subwoofer back here. Has the extra option that I can see all my instruments on my SIMRAD, which is just a nice extra feature. When I sit at this helm, I do feel rather comfortable here. They did a good job of wrapping everything together. My feet naturally just went on these footrests down here. Again, I'm just shy of 6 foot. It just feels comfortable. They've done a great job with this little armrest here right above my throttle, which you can see is just a nice feature. And I mentioned to you, the SIMRAD is locked into all my gauges, so I have digital gauges there. Now, mind you, this thing also does step finder, chart plotter, rather powerful little unit, which is great all in one spot. And again, I sit here at the helm and I really have everything at my disposal. My cell phone fits nice right there. I've got a cup holder over here. I've got chargers down here, including a USB charger, which means, they really thought about the driver here and making it a comfortable boat for the operator as well as all the guests. So I have to say, this pre-owned SeaRay 230, I got to give the owner some props for buying it with every single option, as well as SeaRay for doing a nice job on this boat back in 2018. Let me throw on a jacket and let's take this thing for a spin and see how it performs. Again, this is a Mercruiser 250 horsepower, 4.5 liter. I jumped right up the plane, and I can hold plane somewhere around the 16, 17 mile an hour mark. And it handles well at this speed. My bow sits rather low. I mean, I really can see over the bow. I can see over our camera guy up here. Like it feels good. Which means if you're doing water sports with this thing, you don't have to have it flying, or going really fast. If we're going to go tubing with a kid, you can stay at a nice, reasonable speed and still feel in control. This whole time I'm doing this, I really can see rather well. We're going to a hard turn with it. See if we can get it to slip. No, it feels nice. We're going to take our own waves on here. See how it rides. Pretty sweet. And that's going through our own waves that we just created. Now we'll just open it up and see where she runs. Really responsive. Jumping up to the mid 30s here, so around 33. I trim it all the way out. I'm getting about 34 miles an hour on it. It's still rather responsive. Really a great all-around boat for somebody looking for a nice quality, full-featured boat. This particular 230 SPX would be a great buy for somebody. If you have any questions about this boat, questions about boating, about getting into boating, boat education, maybe even a boating club, whatever it may be, we do all that here at Bridge Marina. I'm glad to help you out, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the water. Thanks for watching.